Well, a tough loss for the Las Vegas Raiders. There's no getting around it. There still were some positives, so I'm going to make a video talking about Davante Adams, what went well for him. I thought, when they did kind of cover him up, it was more so just playing double coverage. They finally started doing that, so that's going to be kind of the thing. He was uncoverable when they were leaving him one-on-one, and then became coverable when you put 7 guys on him, sure. And maybe the issue was the rest of the offense wasn't able to get as open. There was that drop as well. So, listen, has not been a great season for the Raiders. At least you have Davante Adams. He's been fun to watch. Let's talk about what he did well in this one. All right, let's start off with this play. What's going to happen here, you see what's on the screen. It's going to be a zone coverage play, and CBS was nice enough to draw a route on the screen, so I'm using their route. But that is the route that Davante Adams is running. And against this zone coverage play, a lot of times play actions can be very effective. You can really get guys out of position, specifically linebackers out of position, and that's going to happen on this play. It's a good time to run play action when the Josh McDaniels offense is working at its best. It is with stuff like this. So that's kind of what you need to know right now. We're going to see some, I think, questionable decisions from Jacksonville. Really, I do have to say, decent chunk of this big day from Davante was definitely some bad defense by Jacksonville. And this play, it's both, right? It's good offense and it's bad defense. Let's talk about both things. So first, Derek Carr takes a snap. Pay no attention to that circle, to the safety. That was the broadcast. But now you see 2 circles you want to pay attention to. You have a corner who's moving very far in. I don't know why you don't stay here with Davante Adams. Yes, I get it. You have safety help. No. Cover Davante Adams. If he's wearing number 17 and he plays for the Raiders, you're covering him if you can. If you can get in position, you do not say, I have safety help, I'm good. If a linebacker has to cover a receiver underneath, that's okay. You can live with that. What you cannot do is pass off Davante Adams when there's still so much space. I mean, you look at the safety and how far away he is. They're actually kind of lucky with the route that Adams is running at this point. If Adams is just running a route over the middle, he's wide open and probably gets easily in for a touchdown. So again, Adams goes up towards the safety, so now you have a safety, and this is going to be another kind of, I think Adams did kind of fake a little bit as though he's going to the left, but this safety is going to bite in hard. He's convinced that Adams is going towards the top of the screen. So that was the other kind of weird defense situation, but again, that's okay. Sometimes you will think that it's going one way and it goes the other way, almost like a soccer shootout or something, like that does happen. But when Adams cuts so well, the safety falls down trying to, make something happen. Just a beautiful route by Adams. Again, the way he moves, I still can't get over how he's so shifty like that. I don't get how he does it. I feel like no one is even close to being as shifty as he is. He's just incredible. Route running, footwork, all that stuff. He was uncoverable. Like, this play is a great example of how there's just no way to cover this guy. There just isn't. Certainly not one-on-one. The one thing I would say is that Jacksonville, they started doing it more in the second half, I thought, which is why we did see at least sometimes he was getting covered, but they were leaving him one-on-one, which was just a dumb decision. It just was not smart, and this is a good example of it's one-on-one in a corner playing relatively far off because, hey, it's 3rd and 9 here. What you have to do is not give up a first down. They would be inside their own territory. Unlikely that they will go for it, even if they get 8 yards here. So let's just try and make sure that we do not give up the 9 yards. Carr's going to take the snap. He's going to look in Adams' direction, who cuts underneath. They make the throw. This is the situation that Jacksonville, by design, put themselves in. This is what they were hoping to happen, basically. Because you know that Carr is going to look towards Adams. You know that if Adams sees that, there's that much separation, and Carr sees there's that much separation, they're probably going to, have a scenario where Adams runs underneath. And now all you have to do is what you're trying to do. Run up and make a tackle. But as you see, it's just not too easy to tackle Adams. He picks up that first down. Again, exactly what he was trying to do there. Just really great stuff from Davante Adams, I thought. Now let's go over to this play. I don't get how this happened. This is just one of those, it was almost reminiscent of, not quite the same thing, of that Ray Rice 4th and 23 catch from several years back, I believe that was 2012, when the Ravens won the Super Bowl. Google that one if you haven't, against Chargers. That was a classic. This one not quite as impressive, but still very impressive. So, since the Jaguars are playing zone coverage, Carr's just going to check down to Adams, play the field position game a little bit, make it a little easier on your punter, and who knows, putting the ball in Davante Adams' hands, maybe something good can happen. well, yes, something good can happen. Watch him just, again, make a great move, picks up a block, and he's, again, so shifty and moves so well, he's able to get within 4 yards of the first down. So, okay, great play, but you weren't able to get first down. So, a fun play, but what does that really matter? Well, it matters if you have a smart head coach who's willing to go for it in this situation, which is what you should do. And so here, on to 4th down and 4, well, who should we look towards? Oh, you see Davante Adams has a one-on-one matchup on the outside? Obviously, this is where you should go towards. Watch Adams again. The route running is incredible. Watch that fake to the outside. And when you see this, it's like he's going to the outside, right? That's just what it looks like. It doesn't even look like there's a question what he's doing. It looks like he's going towards the outside. But then when he cuts in, he's able to get just enough separation. This one was actually one of the more difficult throws that Carr had to make. Those other ones were kind of Carr not having to make that difficult of a throw in the situation. That's not, being disrespectful towards Carr. It's me being complimentary towards Adams. He was just getting so open. Well, this one actually was a pretty tough throw from Carr, but he was able to make it. And again, Adams was able to give him enough window to where Carr could make that throw because in a one-on-one matchup on a 4th down and 4, he is definitely the guy you look towards. Finally, one more play. It's going to be this one. It's a 2nd down and 4 here. You have Davante Adams who's running a go route on the outside, one-on-one matchup. And again, this is just the kind of stuff he can do so effectively. Before this play begins, I'm just going to explain what's going to happen at the very beginning because that first second is really going to be the most important second. Is you're going to see the corner try to create contact at the line, and that's just a mistake against Adams. You never want to play press coverage against Adams anyway. He's so good at that first step, but watch what happens. Look, corner tries to create contact, doesn't slow Adams down at all. He gets past the corner and is now wide open. That's just what Adams does to a T, and it's why you should really, again, how do you cover Adams? You don't. He's uncoverable. But, you put 2 guys on him. That helps. And you don't put yourself in position to where he can beat you on that first step because he's already going to beat you. Just bail out right away. That's really what you should do. But again, beautiful throw from Carr. That was going to be a catch probably even with an okay throw. But the great throw allowed it to be a touchdown. So great stuff from Carr. Great stuff from Adams. Just, again, really being tough for the Jaguars defense to cover. So yeah, as a whole, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that Adams was perfect every single game or anything like that because he has, the one catch for 3 yards last game was definitely tough. I would still say, though, this trade has, I think, still been a clear win for the Raiders. I still think that, they certainly look better than where the Packers are currently at. I'm sure the Packers are really wishing they had Adams. I think, again, I guess the record doesn't show that. They've been tough. But I think the Raiders have struggled for other reasons. I stand by that it's a good move to go out and get Adams, but obviously it sucks that now you're giving up probably a quality draft pick at this point. It's a tough loss. There's no getting around it. But, at least you traded this kind of draft pick for someone who's playing well, right? You would trade a high first-round draft pick still for an elite wide receiver, and he is playing elite. But yeah, there's no getting around it. This is a negative situation. This was a tough game. Yet another blown big lead for the Raiders. But, hey, there still are some positives. So that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.